Good evening, everybody. We are back week 4 of the NFL season. Follow the action. Gambling show. We're going to go over all the games this week. And by the way, I don't know if you guys knew this, National Podcasting Day. So it's definitely a day we should be doing this. So let me turn it over to the man, the myth, the legend himself, Philly Godfather.
What's going on, guys? I want to I think almost 2,000 people watched the show last week. So I want to say thank you. And let me introduce our esteemed colleagues here. Dave Mason from Bet Online, who sounds like he has a little agita down there. Dave, what's going on?
Nothing, man. Busy, you know. We got cream last weekend, so we're done licking our wounds, we're done crying, and we're ready for week 4 here.
Crying. You guys are making all the money.
I'm always crying. Come on, man. You see my Twitter. I'm always bitching about something.
Call the Waynes and stuff. Let me go to Jimmy the Chief Batista. Jimmy, you ready to go?
Yes, I have a few nice things to talk about tonight, and I'm glad to see Ross made it into the session tonight. Thanks for showing up, Rooster.
Yeah, well, I took 1 week off to see how you guys did without me. And believe me, there will not be another week off after I start.
Well, it's funny to say we had a lot of winners last week. So unless you want to jump on them, do you want to come back with? You want to tell me like the Cowboys from Monday night, or to come back with the Packers, or who were your winners that you weren't on the show about, so you can add them to your charts? Please,
I had all the winners last week. That was the crazy part.
You had no winners?
I had all winners.
I had no winners. You had all winners.
Next one, we got April. He's ready to go. We got Matt from the College Kids, Mark Abrams. Am I missing anyone, Mark?
I think we're good.
All right,
Batman. Did we introduce him?
Oh, Batman's on. There you go. Batman, how you feeling,
There
brother?
he is.
I'm feeling good, my man. Tonight's show is dedicated to my wife for coming from some big surgery. It's been a long week. She asked me to do the show, make her laugh. Here we are.
All right, good stuff, man. Wishing her the best, Batman.
Wish you the best.
Mikey Best is probably going to come on later. Wait for him to jump on. But let's start off with the action. Let's go right to the screen game, 251, 252. Washington travels to Atlanta. Washington got walloped last week against Buffalo. Now they turned the ball over 3 times. But if you look at the box score, they were just getting killed, total yards, every way you can look at it. Game opened up basically 1. I'm seeing some 1.5s out there. Bet Online's 1.5 right now. Dave, as of right now, he gets sharp action on either side or the total. Total went from 49 to 48.
Some sharp action on football team. I had to pick them currently. They're currently favored by 1.5 on the road. The early public's on the football team as well. 71% of the cash is on Washington, and majority cash is on the under. 77% is on the under, which is currently 47.5.
And like, we're all Philly guys. Most of us are Philly guys on the show, and we love clowning on New York. But how bad was that New York Giants team last week, losing to Atlanta? I mean,
At home.
At home. I mean, they're up, and then Atlanta just comes right back, and Atlanta is just horrible. Man, did you guys take a bet on that one, Dave, or no?
No, that wasn't too bad, man. That wasn't a huge need for it. It had low volume, you know. It's one of the lower volume games, so it really wasn't, you know. Whereas some games like that Cardinals game was just incredible during the day. It's the 4:00 games. Action was through the roof. The Giants, Falcons. I think that was going on memory. I think that was the least bet game. So,
how's the action from last year to this year? Has it been increasing over the last few years? Is it just legalization of sports betting? Is it getting really crazy now?
Yeah, and we're still growing. You know, we're off to our biggest football season ever, and I've said that. You know, I think like 5 out of the last 6 seasons. So we're still growing. You know, we're still got our foot on the throttle, and we're moving forward, and you know, still fast payouts. That's what we've done big over the last years. We had the fastest payouts in the industry. So people like that, and they're still coming to Bet Online. So business is good.
That's awesome. All right, let's break down this game. Then we go to 8-ball first. 8-ball lines. You can still find some ones out there in the market. Who do you like in this matchup?
I love Washington in this matchup. You saw week 1, they played some good defense against Herbert. They gave up 20 points. But then in week 2, they gave up 30 to Daniel Jones. They gave up, I think, 40, 45 to Josh Allen. And, I went to check and see, what was the difference. And the difference is they're struggling against running quarterbacks, guys who can extend plays. Herbert, he's mobile, but he's a guy who sticks in the pocket. Daniel Jones, he extends plays. Josh Allen, he can take over a game himself. So here they're going against a statue and Matt Ryan. I think they're going to dominate the line of scrimmage here, similar to what the Eagles did to the Falcons in week 1. So I think Washington has the huge advantage on the defensive line versus the Atlanta's O-line this game. I think they get to Matt Ryan, make him turn over the ball, and I think Washington runs away with this one.
All right, let me go to Sheep first because Rooster's so good at ball busting. Sheep, who do you like in this one?
I don't have an opinion on this game. I would even bet a pizza with Rooster.
All right, let me go to Rooster then. Rooster, you like anyone here?
Yeah, I kind of like the under here. I agree with 8-Ball a little bit that Washington's been hot and cold, and they're not good against running quarterbacks. And obviously this quarterback's got almost no ability to run. But I think this game's going to be low scoring. I think the total actually is too high. I made this game 45. I went under 49. 47 is a key number. I still think there's value going under 47.5 here.
Let me go to Batman real quick. Batman, you like anybody?
So, looking at the game from a metrics perspective, I really like Washington. What I don't like is that Atlanta opened the favorite. That concerns me. I think Washington's a much better football team here. I think the defensive line's better. Something just doesn't seem right to me. So it's probably a watch or a stay away, even though I think that Washington should dominate both lines of scrimmage. And if they run the football and establish the run in this game, they should win this game, like 8-Ball said.
Well, you know what they say. Sometimes the best decisions you make are the ones you don't. So let's go to the next game on the screen, 253, 254. Lions off that heartbreaking loss, 66-yard field goal. Man, they control that whole – I don't know how they did it again. They go to Chicago. Game opened up a little high. It's down to 3. I'm seeing it below that key number at 2.5 at Bet Online. Dave, what are the bet splits on this one, and how's the public betting it? Is there any sharp money on either side or the total?
Yeah, the sharps and the public are aligned on this one. We took some sharp action. The Lions +3, currently +2.5. Also, 76% of the early cash is on the lines as well. And the under's getting bet in this one as well. 84% of the early cash is on the under, currently 41.5.
Let me ask you a question. During the week, how much harder – is it easier to work to move off that key number 3 early in the week than it is on game day?
Yeah, I mean, the limits are lower, right? Limits are lower earlier in the week. You get a better feel, you get a better intel, and then that shape the odds. And game day, to get the closing odds, they're going to be as sharp as possible. So, I mean, if we have to move off late in the week, so be it. But we always want the sharpest odds.
We're going to go to Matt from the College Kids. Matt, you got a side or a total here for everyone listening out there?
Yeah, we took Detroit +6 early. We do like Detroit. I mean, we look at Detroit. We look at the quarters they've played. They played some really, impressive quarters. Last week, we had a crazy game. Some crazy stuff happened at the end of the game, a long field goal, this, that. But Detroit, they've impressed me. Chicago, Justin Fields. I don't think he impressed anyone last week. Yeah, we like Detroit even +3, to be honest.
Yeah, Rooster, you like anybody here?
I mean, you have to like Detroit here a little bit, although I think Detroit's bad. They're the best 0-3 team I've seen in a while, but they're an 0-3 team. I mean, this game's down to 2.5. Bears at home, they said they're going to change this game plan completely, which is key. I mean, Justin Fields in a different game plan with knowing that he's going to get pressure early. And Detroit obviously is not going to get the pressure they got last week. -2.5. I'm leading Bears here. Honestly, at home.
Let me go to Sheep with that one. Sheep, you like anybody here?
The more I look at Rooster, I think he took the week off last week is because he knew Andy Reid was going to get sick this week in Philadelphia. And the look-alike between Andy Reid and Rooster for this Sunday's game. So, Ross, I congratulate you for the fill-in job. It would be fantastic. You and him on the sidelines, I can't tell the fucking difference.
We can't lose.
Have the Bears
And
named the
that's why
quarterback?
I'm on the Philadelphia Eagles plus 7.5. Okay.
When can we get there, man? He jumped in
I'm
the
sorry. I look at him. I'm like, holy shit. Thanks for me.
All right, the show's over. Wrap it up. She can't even
Yeah.
I haven't seen Rooster in 2 weeks. Come on. I like the Dallas Cowboys. All right. You said the Dallas game. I do like the Cowboys. I think Carolina's a really decent.
Time out. We're talking about Detroit and Chicago.
Oh, I thought you went to the
He's
Cowboys.
jumping the gun.
Have the
Got
Bears
somewhere to be or something.
have the Bears named the quarterback? Because I know they said all three of them were going to be in the mix this week.
Does it really make a difference? I mean, listen, this Detroit team, it took some great passes by Aaron Rodgers to beat him. It took a 66-yard field goal by Tucker. I mean, they found ways to lose, but they got a good offensive line. Their quarterback, I mean, Goff has actually impressed me this year. When other years I thought he would fold like a cheap suit under pressure, he's actually impressed me this year. They've played more better quarters than Chicago has. I took Detroit +4. I like them. Let me go to Batman. Batman, you like the side or a total here?
Yeah, I went out and bought me a Detroit Lions hat and walked into the book and played the Detroit Lions. Is exactly what I did at 4.5. I think it's the right side. Their offensive line is going to keep the pressure off. I think Jared Goff's played really well this year, just like you said. I think the interesting part about it is, man, the Chicago Bears secondary isn't what it used to be, and they've had some injuries back there. And boy, I tell you what, I think Detroit can put some points on the board. I think +4 is great.
All right, let's go to the next game on the screen. Tennessee travels to maybe the worst team in football, the Jets. Game's up to 6.5, 7 at Bet Online. Total drop from 48.5 down to 45, 44.5. Dave Mason from Bet Online. Any sharp money on the side or a total? And how's the public betting this one?
No sharp action on this one. Yeah, I was shocked when I was looking at the numbers earlier, but 58% of the cash is on the Jets +7. However, the big sweat here as of now is the money line, and 94% of the cash is on the Titans at -310. 83% of the early cash is on the under, which is currently 44.5.
Let me go to Matt from the College Kids. You got an opinion here on any side or total?
I'm gonna be honest. I cannot bet the Jets right now with the way everything's going. They might be on my do not bet list. This team is really, really bad. I mean, it's tough laying it, with Tennessee on the road. But I'm not betting the Jets. I'm staying off the game. It's not worth it.
Rooster, that's a big number. 7 on the road.
I mean, the Jets, Detroit's the best 0-3 team I've ever seen. And the Jets are one of the worst 0-3 teams I've ever seen. I'm with Matt here, but I do like the under, even at 44.5. Now, it opened 48. I went under 47.5. 47 is a semi-key number, but 44 is the real number up in this neck of the woods. And if Dave's sitting at 44.5, I think with the sharp money's going to come in on that under. He's going to close this game 44 or 43.5. I would go under 44.5 here.
Jimmy the Sheep, you like anybody here?
I do have to agree with the Jets. I don't want to waste any more money on the Jets. They've given me nightmares over the years. But I think Tennessee can put up 30 against this team like nothing. So I would actually, I'm leaning towards the over. I'm hoping all Rooster and his 4 followers keep buying under 45, 44.5, and maybe the game might go to 44, 43.5. And I would lean at over 43. It's a play for me. I would definitely bet it. But I'm afraid because the Jets suck so bad that Tennessee might put up 35 themselves.
Are there any prop bets on Zach Wilson interceptions?
There's got to be, but we don't have them available right now. If you're looking to bet the Jets, I mean, every time I bet them, I get flashbacks of Geno Smith. It's a nightmare, man. Every time. I can't bet that team. But let's go to the next game on the board. Game 257, 258. Travel to Minnesota. Game up to 1. It's up to 2. Little juice, a little bit of Bet Online. The total's at 51. Dave Mason from BetOnline. How are they betting this one? And is there any sharp money on either side of it?
Public's on the Browns, 74%. The early cash is on the Browns. 59% on the under. Took a little bit of sharp action on the Browns, -1.
All right, let's go to Batman. Batman, you like anybody here?
I don't. I think the number is right where it should be. I made the number 1.5. I think it's right on the number. There's not enough value for me on either side. The one thing I'll say is I think that the run game for Cleveland travels really well here in this spot. So if they can play pretty good in the back end of their defense, their run game should travel. So I think they have a chance to win it. If I played it, I'd play the Cleveland money line on the game.
April, I know you're bullish on the Vikings this year, and they have looked pretty good in the box score. But against Cincinnati, they turned the ball over just way too much to come back in that game. Do you like anybody here?
Yeah, if the line gets to 3, I have to take the Vikings here. They're a chip shot field goal, at Arizona, and a couple mistakes at Cincinnati from being 3-0 right here. And I think getting the +3 at home is a great bet if you can get it.
So you're telling everyone to wait. Hopefully the public keeps betting it. Maybe some semi-sharp money jumps in on the Browns, and if they move that to 3, you'll take.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to the next game on the 259, 260. The Colts travel to Miami. Man, Miami killed me last week. I had them on a 14-1 parlay. The other 3 teams all won. That game goes to overtime. If they just threw the flag on that pass interference that they didn't call, I mean, we crush it with that 14 money line parlay. But let me go to Dave Mason. Dave, how are they betting this one?
59% of the early cash is on the Dolphins, -1.5, -117. 71% is on the under. Currently 42.5. Nothing too sharp.
Brewster, you like a side or a total here?
Yeah, I'm not giving up on Carson Wentz. I like
Fuck.
Russell Wilson.
I can't help myself. I told myself all week, I'm not betting the Colts, not betting the Colts, not betting the Colts. But this is a great spot for them. I mean, Wentz, look, he's had a lot of struggles, and he has not played well. But I think this is a perfect matchup for him and his skill set. I'm taking 1.5 here. I mean, it's never going to get up to 3. I'd love to take 3, but I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the money line on the Colts here.
Yeah, there's some 2.5s throughout the market. Would you suggest buying it to 3 or just take the 2.5?
Oh, if it's 2.5 flat, buy it to 3 -30. Absolutely.
Sheep, you like anybody?
The first problem is me and Ross agree on the same game. The second problem is it was one of my biggest games on Sunday. Now I got to fucking take it off because he likes the same side. I do agree with Ross, and I love the Colts. This is actually my biggest game of the week. Last week I gave you the Green Bay Packers outright, and this week it's the Colts, and I love them. Carson Wentz. Colts are a lot better team than people than they're showing.
Make sure you follow Jim the Sheep and Barry the right number. I like the Colts +2.5. Bet them on the money line. They win this game in Miami. Let me go to April. April, you got an opinion on this one?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think the Colts get this one done. I mean, if they lose this game, that's their season. I think they're going to come with some urgency and run the football and just win this game.
All right, let's go to the next game on the screen, 261, 262. Panthers surprising everyone except for me. I bet they're over 7.5 regular season win total, so I'm happy. I'm sitting in a good position. They go to Dallas. Dallas coming off a monster performance against our beloved Philadelphia Eagles. Game opened up 5. We're seeing some movement in the market, 4.5, 4.5 at BetOnline. The total went from 50 to 52. Dave Mason, how are they betting this one?
Panthers, 60% of the early cash is on the Panthers, including a little bit of sharp action. 77% is on the over.
Batman, you like anybody here?
I don't have anything here. The reason why I don't is because I don't like the injuries to Carolina. I really don't like that Christian McCaffrey's not going to play. He's such a big part of their offense. I know that people will say running backs don't translate into points in the NFL. Let me tell you something. When you get a guy that's 75% of your team, it's a big deal, and he's a huge, big deal in this game. I lean Dallas in this game. I took Dallas -4 for a small play. I like the Cowboys here, even though I would normally fade them after a week like they just had. I think the spot's right with the injuries. I think Dallas -4 is the play.
Matt from the college, could you like anybody here?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, man. Carolina's been, a little banged up, especially after last week. JC Horn, some others. But I mean, on the number plus 4.5, I think it's still a good number to take the Carolina Panthers. I think this is the best defense Dallas has versed or is going to verse. And this Carolina team has impressed me. I know Christian McCaffrey's out, big part of the offense, like Batman said. But I actually do like that kid Hubbard. I think he's a pretty good fill-in for McCaffrey. I like Carolina plus 4.5 if I had to choose. As of right now, I haven't bet it yet, but we'll see.
Let me go to Rooster. Rooster, with the strength of schedule that the Cowboys have had in the first 3 weeks of the season compared to Carolina's, it's like they're like polar opposite. I mean, Dallas played Tampa Bay. They played the Chargers. They've looked really impressive. Carolina on the other side, they played some weak teams. Who do you like here?
Well, if McCaffrey was in, I'd be unloading on the Panthers. I think they're a much better team. Dallas had an impressive win against a horrible Eagles team. Let's face it. They are way worse than all of us thought they were going to be. They hung in there week 1 against Tampa Bay, and I was a little bit surprised at that. And I was not impressed with week 2. But with McCaffrey out, this is a no bet for me. I'm with Batman here. I think he's a huge part of that team. I know he's a 5'11" short guy like Philly Godfather, but that dude can
play. Just to make this clear, Rooster's a half an inch taller than me, and he's cracking on and you know what's funny? With my hair, I'm a little taller than him because my hair is so puffy. But let me go to Steve. Steve, you like anybody here?
Listen, I like the Cowboys, and my reason is, listen, I think Carolina is a really good team. I love Matt Rule from his days back in Temple. Their defense looks good. But after the way Dak impressed me on opening night against Tampa Bay, he held his own against a really good Chargers team. He's probably the best in that division, I believe, right now. And what happened to that, misfit on Monday night? So I don't think Carolina's defense is going to be able to stand with Dallas. So I think Dallas wins by 21. So, Rooster, this is the Chiefs' second game of the week. Dallas Cowboys. -4.
All right, we got Bobby and Mikey bets on. I didn't know they were on. And let me go to Bobby from the College Kids First. Bobby, give me your 3 strongest games on the board this week.
I really like Baltimore on the road this week in Denver. I think Denver's beat down on some pretty shitty opponents so far. I like Baltimore in that spot. I also like Seattle +3. It opened 3.5. If you could still grab the 3, I like them. I like the money line there. And the last game that I liked, I also like the Colts getting 2.5. That line's still available.
Would you take them on the money line too? You think they win the game? First,
The Colts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they could pull it out. They're 0-3. They're due for 1. So I think this was a good spot for them to pull one out.
Let me go to my illegitimate son, Mikey, that's out there in Chicago.
Mike,
Welcome to the show, Mike. Glad to have you on. What are your 3 best bets this week, man?
Oh, man, I didn't even look right now. I don't even have my sheet of paper. I was running in late, but I'm definitely not betting on the Bears this week. That's for sure. I really do like the Lions +4 because what I've seen in Chicago locally and then you guys see nationally, it's nothing but a train wreck. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Lions +4 there. I'm going to take the Colts +2.5. I'm also going to hammer it on the money line because if you're taking it 2.5, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to go ahead and take that money line there. I do like the Colts defense. And the Dolphins, they're really good, but they're only good for the first half. The second half, they're always no-shows. Third bet of the week, let's talk about this Cowboys game. I hate talking about the Cowboys. I hate betting on the Cowboys, but
You sure you're not from Philly?
yeah, right. No, I hate the Cowboys, man. They've lost. I just don't like the Cowboys at all. And plus, here in Chicago, we have as many Dallas douchebags as it comes.
You're welcome in Philly anytime, Mike.
We're going to lose the whole audience from Dallas. We're in trouble, but go ahead.
I'll take Dallas -4.5 all day just because Christian McCaffrey's out. I do really like the Panthers defense, but you know what? I like Dak more, and I was a hater on Dak for quite a while, but you know what? He's proven me wrong, and so I'm going to take them -4.5 right now. Those are my 3 best bets.
Good stuff. Let me go to the next game on the board. Giants got me last week. One of my few losers last week. They traveled to the Saints. Game opened up 6.5. We're seeing some movement up to 7.5 at Bet Online. Dave Mason, how are they betting this week?
Cash so far is on the Giants. 77% of the cash is on the Giants. Under is getting bet. 77% of the cash is on the under. Took some sharp action on the under 43. Currently 41.5.
Rooster, you going to bet the Giants this week?
Absolutely not. I refuse to put money on the Giants. It's not happening, period, end of story. Am I going to bet the Saints? Well, Dave, what are you on this game, 7.5?
Yes, sir. 7.5 minus 105 for the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would lay 7 here, to be honest with you. I would lay 7 minus 15 with Dave. I think the Saints are going to come back with a strong performance. They had a tremendous week 1, a rough week 2, a good week 3. They have a great coach. The quarterback's serviceable. The defense is playing great. I lean Saints here -7, and I'm not a favorite guy at all. Believe me, I'm like dog up and down the board, but I lean favorite here.
Let me go to Sheep. Sheep, you got an opinion on this one?
If the total gets down to 41, I could have a small play on the over. That's the only thing. I think the Saints, after that game last week, they're going to open up their offense a little bit, and the Giants got to prove something. So no side, just a total. I think there's going to be like a 24-23 game.
You got a hungry team, the Giants, looking for that first win. Let me go to April. April, you got an opinion on this one?
No, I don't really love this game, but if I had to play a side at this point in time, I'd take the points with the Giants. I think Daniel Jones, he's played solid this year, not great football. The Saints really haven't impressed me besides the week 1 win. Last week they beat a New England team that can't really score. I just think it's going to be a tight game this week, but I haven't played a side as of now.
Let me go to Batman. Batman, you like a side or a total here?
Yeah, man, I like the New York Giants plus the 7.5. I think it's a great position for them, a great side. I think the Giants can play some defense. I think that the Giants defense is going to neutralize this game, keep it a little bit lower scoring, and the 7.5 I think is a great position for them this week on the number.
I like the Giants. You got a low total. You got a Giants team that's hungry, backs against the wall. They've shown some good, quarters in football this year. I took the 7.5, and I actually took them on the money line as well. Let's go to the next game on the screen. Philadelphia, Kansas City comes here. Homecoming for Andy Reid. I know he's not feeling the best. A little bit of heart problems there. Game opened up 6.5. I'm seeing some 7s. Bet online 7.5 plus 105. Dave Mason, how are they betting this one?
The spread money's 50-50. 52% is on the Chiefs. The big one here is the money line. 98% of the cash is on the Chiefs -315. So no one's picking them outright. The Eagles outright pretty much. Over-under is pretty much split. 52% is on the under. Currently 54.5.
Let me go to Rooster first. Rooster, you called me nuts at the beginning of the season when I bet the under 12.5 wins for Kansas City. And I actually nibbled a little bit on 700 that they wouldn't make the playoffs. Now, obviously, right now I got illusions of grandeur thinking about catching that ticket. How do you feel about this one?
Go to your bank. And in Baba's case, he's got zero money in there. But go to your bank, withdraw all the funds you have, and lay the 7 on the Chiefs here. It's just literally stealing money. Stealing. The Eagles are so bad. It's absolutely embarrassing. And the Chiefs have – Mahomes came out yesterday, or I think it was this morning, and said he loves having his back up against the wall, and he's going to enjoy playing this week against a defense that is literally like going through nothing. They have no defense. They have no offense. This quarterback is horrible. Go to your bank. Go take a loan somewhere and bet all of it on the Chiefs. This game's over.
Sheep, do you feel the same way?
The only thing when Andy Reid just gave that speech, I colored a mustache on his. I'll put a hat on him. I can't. It's like I'm getting a pregame speech in the locker room. I didn't know Andy Reid was drinking red wine now, but that's good to know. No,
Go
I'm
to
sorry
the
to
one.
say,
They
I,
say
you know,
no cheap trick, man. This ain't what you used to.
I can only, even though I can't stand the Eagles and I haven't liked them through my lifetime, I would have to take the 7.5 here. It's just the way they got embarrassed Monday night was a total embarrassment. If they don't come out and show some face here, you know, put a fork in it. They looked so bad Monday night. I thought if Ross was playing quarterback for the Eagles, they might have had a better chance.
The problem with taking the dog here, even though it's a good spot, plus 7-0, is the fact that the coaching is better in Kansas City. The quarterback's better. I mean, they're the healthier team. It's just a dog with fleas here. I just can't. I'm with Rooster, man. I would lay 6.5 if you can find it. If not, I would not. There's no way I can
It's
take
7.
it.
You're not going to find 7 in it. Come on, this game's going to go to 8. The
You're
public's
still
going to look at it.
gonna-
We're going to be betting Eagles plus 8,
No,
maybe 8.5.
Hey, listen, just because sometimes it's the sharp side doesn't mean it's going to cash you a ticket. I just can't touch that team. Let me go to Bobby.
This is an easy one, guys. Believe me.
Let me go to Bobby from PCK. Bobby, you an Eagles fan this week?
I'm not an Eagles fan this week. I think this is the start of the Chiefs' 17-0 undefeated season here. I'm gonna lay the 6.5. What happened?
I said somebody said that.
I think I'm gonna lay the 6.5 here with Kansas City. Like you said, they've got the better coaching, the better quarterback. Philly's offensive line's all types of banged up. I'm still waiting to see what's going on with Mulata, the left tackle, because Hurts last game, Dillard filled in well, but that offensive line just got mauled. So if I was gonna play this game, I would lay it 6.5 if you can find it with the Chiefs.
All right, let's go to the next game on the board. Houston at Buffalo. Buffalo, big favorite, 17 points. Dave Mason from Better Line. How they bet this one?
It's 50-50, 51% of the cash is on the Bills, and we have it at 16.5. Oh, 16.5 minus 118. And the over-under is pretty choppy, too. 53% is on the over, currently 47. Not a lot of action.
Let me go to Sheik. Sheik, I know you got an opinion on this one.
If someone put a gun to my head, or in Rooster's case, if someone put a piece of pizza to his head, I'm going to wait till it goes to 17.5. That's all. That's the only way I could bet this game. I mean, you have to, for shits and giggles. You're an NFL team and you're a 17-point underdog. Come on.
Yeah, especially coming off that.
I'm going to do my donation. My donation game this week is plus 17 or 17.5.
Big win, coming up a big win, destroyed Washington. Public's going to be all over Buffalo. Back doors wide open. I don't know about this one. All right, let's go to the next game on the screen. 269, 270. This is big, man. Arizona against the Rams. The game opened up 6.5. I might have seen a 7 out there. It's down to 4.5 at Bet Online. Dave Mason, how are they betting this one?
The Cards, 72% of the early cash is on the Cardinals. We have it up plus 4.5, minus 116. Yeah, it was up to 6. We got to hit that a little bit of sharp action at 6. 78% is on the over, currently 55 points.
Rooster, who's winning this one and who's going to cover the spread?
Well, I made a big bet on this one. As you guys know, I was tweeting out some tickets from Vegas. And one of my big tickets this week is on the Cardinals, plus 4.5. I also bet the money line, plus 185. I found 185 at MGM, actually. I like the Cardinals here a lot. I think Kyler Murray is playing out of his mind. I don't think that's going to stop. I do respect the Rams. The Rams have impressed me the last few weeks. But this is a real good spot for Arizona going in there. It's not far to travel. Murray is on fire. Their defense is playing tremendous. I like Arizona here, plus the 4.5.
Let me go to Mikey Betts. Mikey, you like anyone here?
I do like the Rams minus 4.5, but I will agree that it's a good play to take Cardinals 4.5 because if you take away week 3, you take away that Jaguars game, and then you take away the Rams versus the Bucs, I'm totally taking Cardinals plus 4.5. But after seeing that game, it was a little choppy. Maybe the Cardinals learned from their mistakes, and I mean they won, but they were down 19-0, 19-3. I don't see them taking out the Rams. So I got the Rams minus 4.5.
Let me go to Batman. Batman, you like anybody here?
Yeah, man, it's all about the matchup for me. I think Kyler Murray, I think they're going to run him sideline to sideline, Arizona is. I think you're going to see the game plan of Kyler Murray outside the pocket. They're going to wear that defense down. I think Arizona beats them up in LA. I think Arizona leads the division. They win the game. I took the 6.5 when it opened. I bought it to 7. And then I'm looking to probably play the second half depending on how many plays they run and if they get them tired with that sideline to sideline. Man, the Bucs are a physical team, right? I mean, they're one of the most physical teams in the NFL, that offensive line. That Rams defensive line is going to be really worn out. This is our second biggest play of the week in the Arizona Cardinals.
8-Ball, do you agree with him?
No, I like the Rams this week. I've been watching Arizona all year. Week 1, they beat up on a bad defense in Tennessee. Week 2, they let the Vikings go up and down the field all over them. And in week 3, in my opinion, if Trevor Lawrence doesn't make some stupid mistakes, the pick 6, the Jaguars should have won that game. So I haven't been impressed with this defense so far this season for the Cardinals. And the Rams, to me, they just keep proving each week why they're, a Super Bowl favorite right now. I think the Rams at home minus the 4.5. I think it's a good number.
I took Arizona with number pop, just so you guys know. But let's go to Thursday night action before the game starts. 101, 102, Jacksonville in Cincinnati. Dave Mason, I see 7.5 at Bet Online. Is that number dropping right now?
7. No, we're 7.5 minus 7.5. Minus 104 on the Bengals. Yeah. The action. I mean, the action. Let me see. About 56% of the cash is on the Bengals, and 64% is on the over. Currently 46. A lot of teaser action on the Bengals.
Taking them down. Let me go to Bobby from TCK. Bobby, you got an opinion on this one?
We bet Jacksonville first half money line. We bet them full game money line, and we bet them plus 7.5. I think this is a good teaser spot for Jacksonville too. If you're going to try and pair that up with something in the Sunday games, Jacksonville 7-point teaser, getting them to 14.5. I think it's got to be Jacksonville all over the board tonight.
Okay, let me go to Rooster. Rooster, does the dog have a shot here to win outright?
Oh,
Eventually, but I don't think this is the game they're going to win. But I will tell you this: one of the guys I didn't bet this game yet, but now I'm tempted. One of the guys I really respect in the NFL just fired in a bet on the Jags plus 7.5. I have a feeling this game's going to close 7 because the guy I'm referring to moves the line, and Baba knows him well. But I didn't touch this game yet. I have a feeling I'm going to end up on the Jags.
Sheep, you like anybody here?
I'm going to take a pass. I'm just going to sit back and watch it. I'm afraid. I think Cincinnati's a lot better than what they've shown so far this year. So I'm going to take I can only take like 9 or 10 on the Jags. I don't like this game at all, really. And I would only, if I could lay Bengals minus 7, I would probably look to do that. And hopefully, if it get, but besides that, I got nothing there. I'm not going to throw money away.
Let me go to Matt from TCK from the college kids. Matt, you like anybody here?
Yeah, we took Jags plus 7.5. I actually think they have a shot to win this game outright plus 280. You can find it. I mean, the Jags through the first couple of weeks, they had, I think, the number 5 in pass protection, adjusted sack rate. And the Cincy defense has been pretty good. Cincy D-line, I bet a money line last week against Pittsburgh. They won. But, I mean, look at the offensive lines they're playing. They versus Pittsburgh. They're versus some suspect offensive lines. I think the Jags, although they might not truly be a number 5 ranked, pass blocking team, I do think they're still solid. I think the only mistake the Jags have been having is Trevor Lawrence has been making rookie mistakes, but now we have two teams going against each other that aren't winning programs. In my opinion, I think Trevor Lawrence bounces back here. I mean, he put up yards against the Cardinals, and they have one of the best pass rushes in the NFL. He put up a whole bunch of yards. They're able to put up a lot of yardage on these teams. The difference is the turnovers. I think Trevor Lawrence, he has progression this game, and I think the Jags plus 7.5 is a good move, and I actually think the money line is a great move as well.
8-Ball, do you agree with Matt from the college kid?
Yeah, I think the Jags to play here plus 7.5. I mean, I don't think Cincinnati should be laying 7.5 to anybody in this league right now. I don't think they're that good of a team. So I think the Jags here plus 7.5.
I kind of like Jacksonville too. I mean, Cincinnati division game. They play a tough defensive pass rush. Their offensive line is probably could not perform at an optimum level this week. If you look at the box score, Minnesota killed them in the box score, but they lost the turnover differential. The Bears beat them outright. Then, like I said last week, Pittsburgh with the suspect offensive line. They've been winning the turnover battle in the first 3 games, while Jacksonville is the complete polar opposite. I think they've got, 7 turnovers on the year. If you look at the box score, Jacksonville has been in 2 of the 3 games, except for the one against the Broncos. Dogs got a chance here. But take the plus 7.5, and if you want, nibble a little bit on the money line. Did I go to Batman on this one? Do you like anyone here?
Yeah, man. My home, my city. I got a rep, right? I got a lot of people looking out at this for this one here. 2 key injuries for the Cincinnati Bengals tonight. No T. Higgins, and the biggest one is their safety. Jesse's out, and I tell you what, man, he's the signal caller. He's the leader. This is the Jags' opportunity to put some points on the board. I like the Jags first half plus 4.5. I took 8.5 on the game when it popped here locally. Everyone here bet the Bengals in town, and that line went to 8.5 on Monday. I literally drove down there to take the 8.5 all day long. I think it's one of the better plays on the board tonight.
All right, Chris, let's finish up this screen game. 271-272. Seattle travels to San Francisco. San Francisco's banged up. Bet online, I'm seeing it down to 2.5 on 20. Totals up to 52. I think it opened up 49.5. Dave Mason, how do you bet this one?
Spread action is 50-50. Public's on the under. 65% of cash is on the under.
Mikey bets. You like anybody here?
I just logged back in. Give me the names again. San Francisco and who?
Yeah.
I literally just logged back in. I don't know what you want to say. I was like, okay, shit. I hope he doesn't throw me on the spot.
No, it's no big deal, man. If you don't like the side, just say you don't like the side.
Yeah, I should have just said I had no idea what I'm talking about.
Those guys in Chicago love to drink. Let me go to Rooster. Rooster, you like anybody here?
So you tell me we got another Baba here. Okay. I absolutely love Seattle here. Absolutely love Seattle here. This is my mortgage payment bet of the week. Take 3.5 minus 30 on Seattle, and you can pay your mortgage this week for free. They're by the way, I bet a huge bet plus 18-1 on the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl. I think they have a real shot. I know they have a very tough division. They got some tough games coming up. I just like their coaching. I love their quarterback. And I think the 49ers get this is a reality check for the 49ers this week.
Sheep, you agree with him?
I hate agreeing with fucking Andy Reid, but I have to.
No problem.
I gotta go back. Let me give my explanation because I gotta give my explanation on this game. I do like I like Seattle minus 2.5 because one, Richard Sherman's out. He's not coming back in this. He's not back next week. And then also, you got the moonshot, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's got his back up against the wall. I know you guys were talking about Patrick Mahomes, but we forget about Russell Wilson. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league right now. How do you bet against him? And especially when you're going against Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm not trusting Jimmy Garoppolo at all. I'm going to go minus 2.5 for Seattle.
Plus 2.5.
Plus 2.5. Oh my gosh, they're underdogs. That's stupid.
He's going all to me. You don't even tell me.
Second one.
Doesn't Richard Sherman
He's playing action points.
What happened?
Let's wrap this up. I know Dave's got to go. Next game on the board. Baltimore travels to Denver. Denver's been playing lights out. Road favorite -1. Dave, how are they betting this one?
I just want to come out and say publicly, I love Mikey Betts.
I love you too. Hell yeah. Cheers to that, brother. Right now.
Dave, how are they betting this one?
Yeah, the Ravens, 69% of the cash is on the Ravens. Currently at Pick'em, 65% on the over 45.
8-ball, who do you like here?
I like Denver at home here. I know they haven't played, any great teams yet, but this Ravens team, the defense hasn't impressed me. Should have lost last week. They had a fumble away from losing the game to the Chiefs. If they don't fumble, Chiefs go down, they score. They're coming into this game 0-3. I mean, I don't like this Ravens team. I think Vic Fangio, puts together a game plan to slow down Lamar Jackson at Denver. I think Denver gets this one done. Teddy Bridgewater hasn't really turned the ball over this year. He's always good for that. I think he plays, conservative, and they win this game.
Teddy covers. Matt from College Kids. Who you like here?
Actually, I'm liking Baltimore here. Denver, they haven't really versed anyone in my opinion, so they've had a pretty easy schedule the first 3 weeks. Baltimore, I know they're banged up, but it's going to be hard covering Lamar in that Ravens run offense. John Harbaugh, I believe, is the better coach. We have the coaching advantage, but I actually do like the under here, Getch under 45, which I think is not a bad move either.
All right, let's go to the next game on the screen. 275, 276. Steelers travel with Green Bay. Dave Mason from Bet Online. How are they betting this week?
Packers, 66% of the cash is on the Packers, -7 plus 105. 72% is on the under, 45.5 points.
Rooster, you looking to take 7 on the dog here? Road dog here?
I'm not. Look, I think on our first show, I really came out in support of the Steelers because I thought that Roethlisberger, he lost a lot of weight. I thought he looked great coming into camp. But after watching him for 3 weeks, this guy looks like Lurch from that movie. I mean, he can't move at all. I have never seen anything like it. He's got no mobility. And
It's like
little amount of pressure, and it looks like you're knocking over a tree. It's actually kind of strange. I would love the Steelers here. And I thought at the beginning of the year when because I marked down some games that I think I'm going to really like the dog. This was one of the games, but I do not like the dog here. And I think Rodgers has come into his own. I think the Packers kind of solidified the kind of game plan they're going to play. I hate laying 7 or more in the NFL, and I did it already once this week, so I'm not going to touch his side. But I am not touching the Steelers here. I'm afraid of them. The game opened 47.5. It's down to 45.5. There's no real key numbers there. I'm not touching this game.
Steve, Rooster mentioned Lurch. You got anything to add to that?
Well, he ran with the Adams family, so what? I mean, was that sweet old Bob in the warehouse?
For me, Baba, and Tiger. That's it.
Yeah, can we get this show extended for 2 hours, please?
better than Thursday night.
Stories, man. So, are you taking a side here, Sheep, or not?
I have nothing on the Steeler Green Bay game. I have to go with Little Boy Blue and the Buccaneers on Monday night on the 8:00 game, though.
Go to the biggest game on the board, maybe betting handle wise. Dave Mason, Tampa Bay, New England, Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick. Game open to what? 5.5, 6. I see 7 at Bet Online. I mean, how much early volume are you getting on this game, and which way are they bet?
Yeah, it's insane. It's going to be I bet a lot of money that this is the biggest regular season game in the history of Bet Online. It's just insane, the money coming in on this, and it's mostly Buccaneer money. 85% of the cash so far is on the Bucks, currently -7. We did take a little bit of sharp action on the Bucks -6. 67% of the cash is on the under 49.
Hey, Paul, who do you like here?
I like the under in this game. I also like the Bucks. I mean, it might be the squares move on the board, but you're looking at a team of the Patriots haven't been able to really score any points. Matt Jones, after week 1, looking all right. Hasn't really shown anything, in my opinion. I don't think James White's playing this game, one of his safety blankets. I mean, there's no other game that Tom Brady wants more than this besides a Super Bowl. I think he comes in here, his team plays for him. I think they get it done.
Batman, who do you like here?
I'm probably going to watch from a numbers perspective. New England plus the 7 has to be the play, just from a strictly numbers game, where all the money is and stuff like that. I'm going to bet that Bill Belichick for the last 8 months has been studying the Buccaneers offense, how Tom Brady plays, their blocking schemes, and I think New England can play some defense. So if I had to play it, it would be New England in the points against the public here.
Rooster, you like anybody? I know how much you love Tom Brady. He's your favorite quarterback of all time.
Oh, by the way, he still is not the GOAT.
Oh boy.
He's still not the GOAT.
I like
Drinking too much.
No, wait. Before you give out an opinion, I got these 2 autographed official helmets of Tom Brady, and I got one of Peyton Manning. And Rooster, he's like, he didn't even want the Tom Brady ones. I said, you can have one. And he just grabbed that Peyton Manning helmet so fast. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know what you got against Tom Brady, but who do you like here, Rooster?
Peyton Manning changed the game. Okay, but Tom Brady didn't change the game. He just played the game. But anyway.
Yeah, but he played it pretty good. Seven titles.
Yeah, he played pretty good. But no, the Patriots at home, I mean, how do you look? If I'll tell you this right now. If the Buccaneers cover in New England against the Patriots this week, then I will officially denounce Bill Belichick as the best coach in the league, and it will be Andy Reid.
Wait. You're not going to announce Tom Brady as the greatest quarterback of all time if you beat Bill Belichick?
Yeah, he's got to win the Super Bowl this year. But
Another number 8?
I'm going to take the Pats +7 here at home to get it done.
All right, shoot,
And
real quick.
hold on, Steve. I'm sorry. If Tampa Bay does cover the 7, you'll wear a cheesy mustache and a Kansas City hat for the rest of the year. I'm Andy. Is that a deal? He has it. He fucking has it already.
All right, let's get Dave Mason out of here. Last game Monday night, Vegas against the Chargers. Chargers are looking very impressive. Game opened up 3. It's juiced up to -15. I see some 3.5s in the market. The total is right around 51.5, 52. Dave Mason, how are they betting this one?
Vegas, 58% the cash so far is on Vegas, +3 -104. 75% is on the over 52.
Bobby from the College Kids, who do you like here?
I don't like a side. If I was to play anything here, I'd play the under. The Chargers have run a much slower pace this year, and it's a divisional game, really important game, but waiting for place. I'd probably play under 52 here.
April, you like anybody?
I like the Raiders in this game. I mean, they're traveling to San Diego. Basically a home game. If you watch the games every year, it's basically a home game for them. All their fans travel. The Raiders team, we had them going to the playoffs before the season. We took them +400. I think they're better than I thought they were. I think they get it done here on the road. I'll take the +3, and I'll sprinkle a little on the money line.
Rooster, you like anybody?
I like the Raiders personally. Oh, okay. Rooster's back.
I think he's on mute again.
Oh, who? Rooster? We lost Rooster.
That's that wine, red wine right there.
I think it's
there?
going to be a really close game. I'll take 3.5 here. I'm seeing 3.5, so I don't know where you guys are seeing 3s. But I already took some 3.5 with some juice, and I think that's the side.
Keith, you agree with him?
Thank God I don't. I love the Chargers, so I'll stay with my Chargers -3. I just think they're a better team.
Yeah, I think they're a good team. They've impressed me more than the Raiders have. I like the Chargers -3. That wraps up another great show. Wishing everyone the best of luck out there. Thank you to Dave Mason from Bet Online coming on. You can follow him at Dave Mason. Is that what it is? Is that the Twitter handle, Dave?
Something like that, at Dave Mason, BOL.
And go to Bet Online for all your wagers. Philly Rooster, thank you. Sheep, thanks. TCK, the crew, Bobby and Matt, thank you very much. Mikey Betts from Chicago, he's going to be coming on a lot more. Mark Abrams, thank you. Thanks to everyone, 8 Ball, and we'll see you guys next week.
Great weekend.